Hello, LCLAA brothers and sister delegates and friends. Let me begin by thanking Sister Yanira. It's an honor to be introduced by the first woman and the first immigrant to head LCLAA. Now, we all know Yanira's fighting spirit. We all know LCLAA is cultivating the groundwork for an equitable and a just recovery. So it should come as no surprise that LCLAA has been on the forefront of some of our toughest battles and has helped to deliver critical victories for all of working people. To start, our work made Donald Trump a one-term president, and all our phone calls and door knocks elected the most pro-union president ever. But this election season didn't end in November. No, we regrouped and we remobilized to keep the momentum going in Georgia, and we defied the odds. We prevailed. Today, there's a pro-worker majority in the Senate, and we made that possible. And LCLAA played a vital role in expanding and diversifying the electorate. And you know that despite massive and powerful forces seeking to snuff out the rights of working people, especially workers of color, and that's because you refuse to stay silent or stand down. Because of our tenacity, we have a generational opportunity to work with a pro-union president and a pro-worker Congress. See, this is our time to take on our issues, those issues critical to our lives and livelihoods. No more waiting, no more next time. This is our time. And we really have to make it count. Now, it won't be easy, but we've already gotten results. The American Rescue Plan was the most important piece of legislation passed since the New Deal. Now think about this, that a single piece of legislation is going to cut child poverty in half. That's monumental. And the American Rescue Plan was just the opening round. Now we need this Congress to pass the PRO Act, to rewrite 100-year-old labor laws that are hurting working people, not helping us. We need to deliver on infrastructure, protect our sacred voting rights, and put working families on a long overdue path to citizenship. When you boil it down, the fight we're waging today is the fight for democracy, which we all know has been under siege. You see, it's no coincidence that the opponents of democracy are also anti-worker politicians. The politicians who have spent decades dividing and weakening working people, tearing us apart by race, weakening social protection programs, and fighting our unions with everything they have. Our message to them is very, very simple. Your time is up. You see, democracy must exist at the ballot box, but it also must exist in the workplace. In the United States and countries around the world, working people are clamoring for family-sustaining wages, benefits that meet the needs of the day, protections to stay safe on the job, racial and gender equity, and a rebalancing of power so we get a fair share of the wealth that our work creates. Together, we're going to keep winning policies that work for every worker with no exclusion. From domestic worker to the gig worker, the teacher to the construction worker. Now's our time to create a new economy that works for workers, all workers. Give us back our power, and we'll pull our country back from the brink. The prescription to heal us and have a just and robust recovery is finally fixing the systems that have failed working people, whether they're political, economic, or social. And that's why the labor movement has never been more important than we are today. And we've never been more ready for what we have to do. Change is coming to America. Let me say that again. Change is coming to America. I can feel it. In the elections won, in a labor movement that's growing more popular and more powerful by the day. But we can't settle down or slow our roll. We can't find comfort in the taste of victory. We must push ourselves and push our society forward. In the coming years, when we look back on these days, I hope we'll be able to say that we rebuilt our country and our democracy, that we banded together to collectively bargain for working people today and for generations to come, that we return power to the hands of workers. You see, this is our time. This is our moment. We're the North American labor movement, and we will not be denied.